On May 31, 2025, Allegiant Stadium transformed into more than just a concert venue. It became a sanctuary of authenticity, rhythm, and change. This was no ordinary tour. It was the Grand National Tour. And it wasn't just Kendrick Lamar and SZA performing. It was a remarkable gathering, Doja Cat, Siza, and Kendrick sharing the stage for an unforgettable evening in the desert. Welcome to celebrity rap life, where the red carpets never roll up and the spotlight never fades. The rewards are legendary. Because in celebrity rap life, every downfall can become a comeback, and every headline tells a deeper story. Today, we're diving into a world where fame meets fire and headlines write themselves. You could sense the energy before the event even began. As you approached the dome, the atmosphere felt distinct, not merely hot, but electric. While the strip buzzed in the background, inside the stadium, a different kind of excitement surged. Fans arrived from all over, some traveling across the country just for this event. The merchandise lines twisted like snakes, filled with people clutching limited edition GNX jackets, SOS Deluxe vinyl, and exclusive Doja Cat tour prints that sold out in moments. Every detail was meticulously planned, and every moment felt deliberate. Inside, Allegiant Stadium throbbed with anticipation. It was packed to capacity, resembling a festival on the floor. Attendees sported chrome boots, LED sunglasses, mesh tops, bandanas, vintage TDE shirts, and feathered jackets. It felt less like a crowd and more like a community, as if everyone had come to be part of something greater than themselves. There were no casual fans present. Everyone knew the lyrics and understood the significance of the night. When the lights dimmed, it felt like a hammer falling. The opening hum resonated like a forewarning, deep, distorted, and building. LED screens flickered like static, and flames danced along the walls. A digital butterfly appeared, its wings fluttering, oscillating between beauty and chaos. Then, the voice that transformed rap forever echoed through the arena. Vegas, make some motherfucking noise. Kendrick Lamar didn't simply walk onto the stage, he charged onto it. Dressed in a matte black tactical vest over a white robe adorned with West Coast symbols, he resembled a warrior ready for battle. The crowd erupted as the beat of Family Ties dropped like an explosion. No warm-up, no introductory track, just straight into the action. Fans shouted every lyric, and phones were raised to capture the frenzy. The stage lit up with red strobes, resembling a fire alarm for the soul. Kendrick moved across the platform, his voice slicing through the chaos. As soon as the last bass note faded, it was time for Element, followed by Humble. One after another, with no pauses or moments to breathe, it was a relentless sprint through a decade of anthems. The visuals were dystopian, burning cities, falling satellites, and surveillance footage interspersed with images of black family gatherings and street protests. Kendrick narrated a world on the edge, and the audience was right there with him, hanging on to every word as if it were scripture. And then, silence. The lights shifted to a golden hue, warm, radiant. A gentle breeze swept through the stadium. From the center of the stage, a floral arch opened like a dream, and there she appeared. SZA. Adorned in an iridescent gown that sparkled with every movement, she emerged like a spirit summoned to earth. The crowd's cheers transformed into awe. Her first note of Good Days lingered in the air like incense. People swayed, mouths agape, entranced by her presence. You could sense the emotional core of the night change. Where Kendrick had ignited the fire, SZA brought the soothing water. She transitioned from Good Days into Shirt, her voice both tender and raw, accompanied by a live string section that added a cinematic quality to the moment. During Snooze, the visuals shifted to pastel tones, soft focus images of childhood memories, lovers in dimly lit spaces, and abstract waves of color. She knelt at the edge of the stage, reaching out to the front row, tears streaming down the faces of fans who sang every lyric back to her like a prayer. But then came an unexpected twist. A burst of static erupted on the LED screens. The music halted. A new silhouette emerged from beneath the stage. Long hair, leather gloves, red cat-eye sunglasses. Doja Cat. The crowd erupted in excitement. People screamed as if the roof had been blown off. Dancers surrounded her in black and white bodysuits as she launched into Paint the Town Red. The stage transformed into a surreal, Escher-like staircase illuminated by strobe lights and flames. Doja moved with the power of nature, graceful, fierce, and entirely commanding. Her choreography was precise, But it was her voice, raw, dynamic, and full of attitude, that reverberated through the venue. SZA joined her mid-performance, and for the first time, they performed a custom remix of Kiss Me More, turning the song into a sensual, slowed-down duet before seamlessly transitioning into a mashup with Low. The combination of their voices was mesmerizing. Doja's sharp, rhythm-driven flow paired with SZA's smooth, honeyed tones, creating a dynamic interplay of fire and silk. The chemistry between them was undeniable. It wasn't just a collaboration, it was a takeover. Then came Doja's solo set, a tightly woven journey through her catalog. She performed Agora Hills in a moving mirror cube that hovered above the stage. Woman transformed into a tribal ritual, complete with live drummers and strobe-lit jungle visuals. The crowd was electrified, screaming, dancing, and chanting. At one point, Doja stood on a platform, arms outstretched as red lights enveloped her, declaring, "Vegas, you wanted a spectacle. Now you're part of one." And they were. Every single person in that venue was fully engaged. When Kendrick returned, the energy didn't wane, it evolved. He came back with The Blacker the Berry, and the visuals became a full-on protest. Footage from Ferguson, South Africa, the LA riots, interspersed with shots of black children staring directly into the camera. The message was clear but not overbearing. Kendrick balanced anger with introspection, transforming pain into empowerment. Then came the moment of, "All right." The building trembled as chants reverberated throughout the strip. "We gon' be all right," echoed repeatedly, growing louder each time. People stood on their seats, waved flags, and raised their fists. It transcended mere music. It was a proclamation. Kendrick, at the center of it all, allowed the moment to resonate. He stopped the music. "This world's heavy," he said, "but y'all remind me it's still spinning." The lights dimmed once more, and a single piano note rang out. He began Man at the Garden, which felt more like mourning than a performance. It was a tribute. The Jumbotron displayed a black and white photo of his childhood friend, transitioning to footage of them as kids riding bikes, laughing, playing tag, and jumping fences. Then there was silence. "This one's for the homie that didn't make it. For the ones we lost. For the ones still holding on." The camera focused on his friend's mother in the front row, tears streaming down her face. Kendrick bowed to her. "No artist without the village. Thank you for the roots." The venue was silent, filled with reverence, until a thunderous applause erupted, not for a performance, but for a memory and for truth. When SZA returned, she wore a midnight blue cape, with glitter cascading from the rafters like stars. She sang Blind on a rotating crescent moon-shaped platform. The arena was hushed. People cried and embraced one another. She wasn't just performing, she was healing. She brought Doja back for a final surprise, and together with Kendrick, they presented a never-before-heard track, rumored to be part of a GNX deluxe release. The beat was cinematic, and the lyrics were poignant and soulful, with each artist contributing their verse like a chapter in a shared story. It felt historic, as if witnessing legends create a new entry in the music canon. Then came All the Stars. Kendrick and SZA stood side by side, illuminated by glowing orbs that floated upwards like ascending spirits. Every word felt definitive, like punctuation on a poem crafted from sweat, tears, and echoes. Their movements were instinctive, as if they were connected by an unseen force, two elements of the same storm. As the final chorus rang out, the audience was not just spectators. They became part of it, a 60,000-voice choir, experiencing a collective release. As they bowed, the screens behind them displayed one last message: Grand National, a celebration of blood, bone and beauty. There was no encore needed. The story had been told, and nothing could follow that. Outside, the city continued its lively pace. The casinos flashed their lights, and taxis cruised by. Yet, for everyone leaving that stadium, something had shifted within them. They didn't merely chat, they delved deep into their experiences, analyzing and reflecting. Each person had their own standout moment, whether it was Doja's unexpected appearance, SZA's solo under the moonlight, Kendrick's heartfelt tribute, or the powerful collaboration. Some called friends in tears, while others gazed silently at the night sky. Las Vegas is accustomed to spectacular performances. It thrives on them. But this was more than just a show. It had substance and authenticity. Kendrick, SZA, and Doja Cat didn't just entertain, they shared their truths. As the lights dimmed and confetti and discarded water bottles covered the floor, Allegiant Stadium fell silent. Yet for those present, the memories resonated within them, deep in their bones and hearts. This was more than a concert, it was a moment of awakening. Beneath the neon lights of the Vegas sky, people understood they had experienced a night that would change history, not only for hip-hop or R&B but for anyone who believes in music's ability to inspire, heal, and transform. The Grand National Tour provided that experience. And Las Vegas would never be the same again. This story is far from over, and the truth is still unfolding. I want to hear what you think. Drop your take in the comments. And if you don't want to miss the next twist, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a second of what's coming next.